That's what I'm talking about.
Wait! Okay, now, from the beginning.
Hit it, boys.
Welcome to Higher Ed Pulse, your Monday morning energizer covering insights and trends in higher ed marketing and enrollment. I'm Mallory Wilsey, bringing over 15 years of ed tech and marketing expertise to your earbuds.
And I'm Seth Odell, joining the Pulse with my own adventures from leading marketing at top universities to founding Kanahoma, one of the industry's fastest growing digital marketing agencies.
Each week, we bring you the kind of insider insights you typically only find over cocktails with your pals at a conference.
It's fast, it's fun, and it's designed for you, the busy higher ed professional.
You're not just listening to another podcast.
You're checking the pulse of higher education.
Higher Ed Pulse is part of the Enrollify Network, a robust collection of podcasts designed to help higher ed professionals like you grow. Explore our other shows at enrollify.org. Enrollify is made possible by Element 451, the next generation AI student engagement platform, helping institutions create meaningful and personalized interactions with students. Learn more at element451.com.
Listeners, welcome to the latest episode of The Pulse, live from the air show, ASU+GSV's inaugural air show. And I am sitting down with Obi, who is a professor at the University of North Texas. Obi, give us a quick run of your background and why AI ethics matters so much to you.
Absolutely. So I am, like you said, I am an assistant professor of information systems at the University of North Texas. And I've been at the school right now for 4 years, but in general, been in academia for 6, teaching classes in data mining, data warehousing, cybersecurity. And in the fall of this year, I'll start teaching a class on AI ethics. So AI ethics is important to me and should be important to everybody who uses AI in general, because there's different angles of AI. There's different sides of AI. AI has a good, AI has the not so good part. And so the idea that we should look at the other aspect of AI is important because it could cause harm to individuals. So I want to shine some light on the other aspects of AI. So that's why this is interesting to me.
So as you've been walking around this convention center, have you noticed any edtech companies that seem to be really focused on the ethical usage of AI?
Yes. So that's a question that's at the back of my mind each time I see AI this, AI that. And it's wonderful what I'm seeing, all the products and all the services available for education. But at the back of my mind, I am asking the question. I've heard only one company really talk about the privacy and the transparent part of AI, right? And what they're doing. And I have to remember their name now. I have to remember just one company that I've heard, that Soapbox, actually, is a company that I heard, which actually talked about what they've done in terms of making sure that their AI is transparent. Because AI ethics has 5 pillars. The idea of fairness and building fairness into your application to ensure that nobody is harmed, that a group of individuals are not preferred, if you will. And the idea that there has to be accountability in the way that the product is built, in a sense that if someone calls out to you and says, hey, you are responsible for any harm that might have happened because of the use of your technology. And the other aspect of AI ethics is transparency. The idea that there has to be a way that makes the technology transparent, in the sense that transparency just means that the tool has to be built in such a way that when someone asks a question, how was this built, that the system, the people who build the system will then provide to the person asking, hey, these are the technologies we use These are the algorithms we use. This is how we collected the data. So that's the transparency. It has to be transparent. Someone asking. And then explainability, part of it is that someone has to be able to explain how the decision was made, right? So if a decision was made to deny someone a loan, right, the AI tool or the people who built it have to be able to explain how the AI tool made that decision and provide it to the user. Asking. The last part of it, I mean, there's so many aspects of it, but the last part of it is privacy, right? How was the data collected? How was the users, the data points, training the AI system? How was the consent to all of that? But anyway, going back to your question, what company in all of this wonderful show here have I seen really been into or describe how their system is transparent? It's soapbox. They even talked about how they have gone through auditing, which is a big deal. Having another company come and audit the system to ensure that it's doing what it said it should do.
Not familiar with Soapbox, but I am absolutely going to have to go check them out after this interview wraps, because now and I can physically go do that because I'm here at the Air Show too. I am so curious to learn more. So you've hit on these AI ethics pillars. Are you educating your students about this?
So this is core in AI ethics, these 5. Some people have just the 4 pillars, which is FATE, fairness, accountability, transparency, and explainability. Some others at the P at the end of it, and so many other things, trustworthiness. So yes, it is something that is core. Anytime you talk about AI ethics, you have to kind of talk about these pillars. So yes, starting in fall, when I start to teach this class, it's part of my curriculum, it's part of my syllabus. But I've taught aspects of AI ethics previously in other classes. So the answer is yes too. I teach them to understand how AI can be used for good and has other aspects of it that people have to really think about. And so the idea at the end of the day is for everybody using it, are we AI literate? Do you know enough about AI that you can ask questions? When you're building it with AI, when you're using the AI, are you a critical consumer, right? So it's not, hey, use this tool and you take it and use, but are you asking other questions? How was the data collected? How is it stored? How is it secured? And all these questions that we should be asking as consumers of AI.
I would love to take your class. Can you share some of the readings or materials that make up your course syllabus? And we will include links to them in the show notes for our listeners, because I have to imagine, I know for a fact that there are a lot of Pulse listeners who are looking to educate themselves more on this very important topic.
Right. So there are so many books out there, but because this is a moving, AI is moving
Quickly.
very quickly. So what I'm doing is collecting case studies, right? And so it'll be a case study based course where we have a case study, we talk about the good, we talk about the bad, we talk about what would you do if you were in a situation like this and things like this. So there are books on ethics that we will start with. We have to define what ethics means, just in general. There's so many ways to define ethics. It's a set of principles that determine what's good, what's right, and what's wrong. We have to start there and then go into ethics in IT, technologies, and then delve into ethics in AI. So yes, we're going to case studies. Right now, there's so many books out there. There's the just books that I'm going to suggest. They're not like reading lists. There's the Unmasking AI by Joy Wulamwini, I think that's her name. And then there's Weapons of Math Destruction. You've probably read or seen that book. So those are some books that I would suggest. Those are not, they're just reading things that will help people understand the other aspects of AI.
Excellent. Excellent. As we transition from the air show to the summit, and then you transition back to your university, What are some of the things that you're looking to leave San Diego with?
Oh, wow. Lots.
Besides an In-N-Out burger. No.
Lots. Let's see. AI in education is big. This is the second conference that I've been to this year on AI in education, and just learning and watching the focus on education. Yes, it's primarily K to 12. I don't see a lot of higher eds here. I'd love to see more in that area, right? So that's one thing that I see missing a bit is when I talk to some of the vendors and I'm asking, is there an aspect of what you're doing that's for higher ed? And the answer I get is not quite. So I wish there was something, and I know it's not the focus because, the AI Summit is on K to 12, right? So what I will take back is that there's a big focus right now on teaching our kids about careers in AI. And we do it in college. I teach students, hey, this is what you need to be doing to be able to use what we've learned in class to help you in your career, to find a job. But to see educators doing it from high school is wonderful. And seeing them teach visualization courses, data analytics courses, and I heard them talking about it today, and I was blown away. I'm like, this is excellent. This is wonderful. If younger high schoolers could come into college having all of that knowledge, it'll make all our jobs easier.
I'll tell you, I had another interview in this series at this event with a middle school educator who is working with fifth graders as young as 10 years old on financial literacy, and he is building AI into his curriculum at the middle school level. Just absolutely incredible interview. Listeners, you can find that on the Pulse as well. Obi, this has been just really lovely to be able to sit down with you. Thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. Where can people find you?
I'm on LinkedIn. My name is Obi Ogbanufe, and my first name, last name there, and you find me.
Terrific. And we'll make sure we add a link to that as well as tag you in our posts so people can find you very easily. Any parting words before we wrap up?
AI literacy is big. And another thing that I will take back, I forgot to mention that, is that I wrote that down that every course, every class that I teach, I have to have a section of AI literacy in that course. Now, and it's something that I will do in my other AI class, but I think that in any course right now, whether it's cybersecurity, whether any course, there has to be a part of teaching students AI literacy, because that's the way we're going. We'll have to understand what this is, right?
It's so true. Yeah. Obi, thank you so much.
The Higher Ed Pulse is part of the Enrollify podcast network. If you like this podcast, chances are you'll like other Enrollify shows too. Our podcast network is growing by the month, and we've got a plethora of marketing, enrollment, and higher ed technology shows that are jam-packed with stories, ideas, and frameworks, all designed to empower you to be a better higher ed professional. Our show helps higher ed marketers and admission pros find their next big idea and features a selection of the industry's best as your hosts. Learn from Brian Gross, Eddie Francis, Jenny Lee Fowler, and so many of your favorite leaders in higher ed. Enrollify is made possible by Element 451, the next generation AI student engagement platform, helping institutions create meaningful and personalized interactions with students. Learn more at element451.com.